This is Jamie with That's Incredible, and today we are here doing our November Hostess Club. I've started something new this month. I have set up a hostess code, so if you go to my website and you enter this hostess code, your orders will count towards the hostess of the month this month. And also, if you spend over $50, you will get a free embellishment of my choice that I will mail you separately when ordering off of my website, okay? As just kind of a thank you for ordering. And that is good until November 20th. Let's see, what other specials do we have going on? So we have the Curvy Celebrations. This is from November 3rd to January 4th. And there are several options for you to purchase. There are the Quite Curvy stamp set and the dies. Then there's the Curvy Christmas with the Christmas paper. You can buy each one separately, or you can buy them as a bundle and get all of it for $70.50 plus shipping and tax. So, and these are only available while supplies last. So just the original bundle is $41.25, and that is this stamp set and these dies. And then you can add on the Christmas stamp set for $21 and the paper pack for $11.50, or just buy the whole bundle for $70.50. All right, so that is promotions going on in November. This month we will be using Poinsettia Petals. I'm not really a poinsettia person, but I absolutely fell in love with this stamp set and die set. It is photopolymer, and I have all of my dies in here, and it is just absolutely stunning. So let's go ahead and I'll show you the projects we're going to make. And those of you who are in my Hostess Club, thanks for stopping by to pick up your kits. All right, so here is the first project we're going to make. This is a little box. Now the box is made by Paper Studio, and I bought a set of 10 of these boxes at Hobby Lobby for like, I don't know, $2.50 because they were 50% off. Okay, but they were super cheap. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started on this one. And then the second card that we made, project we made this month, is this one. Now I did not put a sentiment on here because number one, I could not decide. And two, I just think this is just beautiful the way it is. And you can add any sentiment of your choice on the inside of this card. So let's go ahead and get started. So the boxes from Hobby Lobby come like that. And you simply just open them up, push down the center. There we go. So you have a nice flat bottom. And then you'll go ahead and fold on all the score marks. Okay. Just like that. And that's all you have to do to put that box together. Okay? Just like that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my ribbon. And my ribbon is about 25 inches long. And this is just some red ribbon I had in my stash. I have so much ribbon that I don't have all of the Stampin' Up! Ribbon yet because I'm trying to use up my 3 drawers that I have full. So I'm going to start off by laying the box on its side, and then I'm going to just tie a bow right here. I actually think that this ribbon is Candy Apple from Fun Stamper's Journey. Okay, once my bow is tied, and it's pretty the way I like it. Okay. Go ahead and, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and trim off those edges. And so there, my bow is on my box and it's ready for the next step. So I'm going to go ahead and just set that right up there. Now I'm going to take my Very Vanilla. This is just a scrap of Very Vanilla. And I'm going to be stamping the berries. There's the berries. And I need 2 of those. And I will stamp those using my Momento black ink. One, 2. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the berry part that line up right here. And those will line up right inside my berries. And I'm going to use Real Red stamp pad for that. Okay. So you just look through there because they are photopolymer. Line it up. There we go. Just do the best you can. All right, there we are. Then I'm going to take and I am going to get ready to emboss in gold the large poinsettia. So I'm using my anti-static powder tool here. Unfortunately, we don't carry this anymore. And I'm going to grab my Versamark ink pad. There it is. And my gold embossing powder. And then my stamp. It has the large poinsettia on it. There we go. Go ahead and ink that up really well. Then I'll go ahead and stamp that. Now the ink is clear, so the powder will stick to it when I sprinkle the powder on. And I'm just going to use this piece of scrap paper here. And I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle the powder on. And voila, just like that. Okay. Open up my bottle so I can pour that right back into the jar so I don't have any waste. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to heat it up, and you can watch, let my heat gun heat up for a minute. You can just watch that gold turn into a shiny, beautiful poinsettia. And you want to move your heat gun quite a bit so that you don't burn your paper. There we go. Heat the bottom. And you can see when it's all melted because it changes from like a dark color, a dark gold, brownish color, to a shiny gold. All right, there we are for that. Just like that. See how pretty that is? All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the dies for this set. The big purple one, and then this one for the berries. And I'm going to use just a little piece of purple tape to kind of hold them in place when I run them through my die cut machine. Just need to turn it till I figure it out. Oh, no, not quite. There we are. And go ahead and tape that down. And then I'm also going to tape this one down. See those red berries through there? Make sure I have my stem. There we are. And I'm going to go ahead and put this through my Gemini Junior cutting machine. Now remember, if you don't have a cutting machine, you can certainly just fussy cut those out by hand. All right, so there is my poinsettia. Look how pretty that is. And then here is my first set of berries. And now I just have to run this back through and cut out my second set of berries. I'm just going to cut down my cardstock so it's not so big going through that machine. And line that up. Take my purple tape off so I can make sure my stem is lined up. There we go. That looks good. And I'll run this through my Gemini Junior again. All right, so there we have our berries and our poinsettia cut out. If I can get those through there. Just poke them out. There we go. There's those. Now I need to set that to the side, and I'm going to have to stamp Happy Holidays, and then we'll have to die cut that out. So Happy Holidays right here. Put that on there. I'm going to go ahead and grab my Very Vanilla. Now this is just my scrap, and I don't need a super big piece, so I'm just going to cut out a piece of scrap there. And I'm going to take my Real Red again, and I'm going to stamp Happy Holidays on there, and then I will cut it out with my layering circle dies. Perfect. So here are my layering circle dies, and I want to make sure I pick, there we go. So that's the circle, and then I'm going to take the next size up in the scallop. Nope, that one's too big. This one? Yes, I think that's it. And I'm going to cut that one out of red foil paper. And I have a big red scallop, so I'll just use this. And I'll just cut this right out of the center. And then I could still use the outside edge. Go ahead and get my cutting mat. Set those on there just like that. And run that through my machine. And then we will be ready to assemble. There we are. There's Happy Holidays, like that. You know, that kind of shifted a little. You see how it's more at the top? I think I'm going to redo that and recut that out. So let me go ahead and grab my scrap paper again and my Real Red ink again. And we'll just do it one more time. There we go. Use this die cut. And I want that centered like that. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't move this time. Throw that one in the trash. So I can set my dies up there. All right, that's much better. I'll go ahead and take my die out. All right, so now I have all of my pieces that are going to go on the front of my box. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some dimensionals. And I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of my Happy Holidays. 2 will work. There we are. And then I'm going to center it on my red foil scallop circle. There we go. Then I'm going to take this piece. This is the outer edge of my dimensionals. That should work. Then I'm going to take, and I'm actually going to put a dimensional on the front of the berries and peel those off. And then I'm going to put another one on the front of these berries on the stem there. So that way when I slide them behind my poinsettia, they will be attached tightly. All right, so let's go ahead and here's my box. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my poinsettia on just like this. I'm going to take my Happy Holidays, put a dimensional on there. I'm going to slide it up underneath the bow. Okay, there we are. Now I have these and they're ready to just stick under and press down wherever you want them. There we go. And ta-da! Our first box is done, and you can fill it with a little gift cards, candy, treats, whatever you would like. So that is the first of our 2 projects. And here's the original. All right, so let me go ahead. I didn't ink around the edge, and I think I like it better without the ink around the edge on that one. So let's go ahead and I will grab my next set of supplies to make this card here. Now I do have quite a bit prepped for this card, but the techniques are still the same that I just did. I did some embossing on vellum, and I did some cutting out with the dies, both the outline die and the inside, and the little silver, and using silver foil. And I use this beautiful flocked vellum. And so it comes, you get 2 sheets per pattern. So of course I've used all of the other sheets with the leaves, this one. But I still have 2 of these, and it's a raised fuzzy feel. I don't know if you can see that on camera. And then there's this pretty elegant, like I guess damask kind of print, and that's a nice flock felt type feel to it as well. So first I'm going to start off by making my card base. Now this is a smaller card, and so this card base is actually measures 6.5 by 7, and it will fit in a small standard letter envelope, okay? So, and I scored it at 3.5. Go ahead and fold that. And then I took the Blushing Bride and I centered it. Now in your kit, I believe that I cut this wrong because your whole card is 6 1/4. So this actually needs to be at 6 inches, okay, instead of 6 1/4. And this is Blushing Bride. And I'm going to go ahead and take my glue. I didn't use glue on the last project at all. And I'm going to glue this down. If my glue will come out of my bottle. Maybe it's feeling neglected because I haven't glued anything today. There we go. And I'm just going to center this right here on the front of my card base. And I like to use liquid glue because it gives me a little bit of that wiggle room. And then I have this piece that measures 5 3/4 by 3. And I'm only going to put glue on the flocked leaf pieces because I don't want the glue to show through onto my card. And so this should keep it down, but not show through, okay? This glue does dry clear, so you can kind of see it, but when you look at the finished product, you can't see that glue at all, okay? Then I took and I stamped all of the pieces that I needed to make this card on one sheet of vellum, and I just stuck all the pieces in my MISTI, okay? Gave them a good stamp, embossed with white, and then I actually did like 15 of these, and so I did these last weekend, and then I just left them in a stack with something heavy on top, and it was able to flatten them out nicely. Now, I know that some of you don't have the dies for this set, but you know, you don't even have this set, and I did not cut yours out for you, so my apologies. You will just need to fussy cut, but for the video I'm going to actually take the centers out of these, so you can cut these with an impression or without, and because I've already embossed on vellum, I don't need the impression. I'm going to take a little tape, and I'm going to line that up, figuring that out, and I'm going to tape that down, okay? Then here's the next one. Again, I don't need the center piece, so I'll just take that out. And that one goes here. Ooh, look at that. I got that one lined up on the very first try. That doesn't happen very often. So I'm going to move my tape over here. Okay. Next, I'm going to take this one, take the center out of this one again. I don't need that. Nope, couldn't do it twice, could I? I think it's like that. There we are. Tape it down. And the leaves also have those impressions that you can use or not. Obviously, I embossed with white heat embossing. And there's that one. And so by doing this, by taping them all down, I'm able to send this through my Gemini all in one shot. So I don't have to die cut 5 times, 6 times. Okay, so I'll set those on my cutting pad. I'm going to go ahead and run those through. And I just put a magnetic sheet inside my stamp set so that I can keep my stamps and dies together. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to go ahead, take the die off and just stick it on there. There we go. So all of that, and I just cut this down to like a standard 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch piece of vellum, just to save time when I was mass producing. All right, so go ahead and set that to the side. Now we'll go ahead and put my poinsettia together using the dimensionals. So the biggest one goes on the bottom, and I'm actually gonna, I put a dimensional on the bottom, but I'm not gonna take it off and stick it down yet. I am going to take my bone folder and I'm going to curl the edges of my poinsettia to kind of give it a little bit of dimension, and I'm just take my thumb and rub it, and it kind of rolls that vellum backwards, so it kind of gives it a little dimension. And now I will take that dimensional and I will just stick that right in the middle. Okay, and now I'll grab the next one, which is the middle sized, put my dimensional on the back, and then I'll go ahead and I will roll or curl those petals back. You can do them a couple times to determine how curly you want them. Take that dimensional off and go ahead and offset it just a little bit. Now with this one, I'm not going to pop this layer up. I'm going to make it flat, but I'm going to roll it forward. So I have this upside down, so the leaves, when I hold it, the leaves are going up instead of down. And I'm just going to, oh, I got glue. I'm just going to take some glue off my bottle there. And I'm just going to hold that down for just a second. All right, so there's that part. Isn't that just so pretty? Then I'm going to take an adhesive dimensional, put it at the bottom of my leaf, and then I'm just going to slide it in there and press it down. And then I'll do the same with this one. Take that off, and I'm going to slide it underneath and press it down. And I do only have one of these, so I have glue, and I'm just going to take and kind of just stick it under there, adjust it a little bit where I want it sticking out, and then I'm going to set this aside to dry for a minute, and I'm going to grab a scrap of my silver foil paper, and I am going to die cut the berries, the berry branch that looks like this. I'm going to stick that there. I'll need 2 of those. And then I'm also going to, on this one, I use this little die cut. See if I can get that out. Oh, that's not it. This one right here. So I use this little die cut to die cut this little silver thing out, because when I originally designed this card, I did not have the pearl embellishments. But thankfully UPS brought my order, and in that order are my beaded pearls. And so I'm just going to take one of these and stick that in the center of my flower, just like that. Isn't that just stunning? And I'll use a glue dot to do that, but set that to the side, and I need to die cut 2 of these. Actually, I have one silver one left from another project, so I'm going to use that. And I'm only going to run this through one time since I only need 2. All right, so go ahead and run that through my die cut machine. Okay. Go ahead and pop that out. There we go. And put my die back in the container so I don't lose it. All right, so here we are. We have these 2 silver foil berry branches, and I'm just going to take just a little bit of glue. See, my glue bottle has glue all over the outside. It like spewed, so I'm just going to use that up, and I'm going to add that to the front right there, and then I'm going to go ahead and rub that in the glue. Obviously I don't probably need that much glue, but that's okay, it'll be hidden. And then I'm going to stick that there. And then to add my little pearls, aren't those just so pretty? Can you see how pretty those are? I'm going to use a glue dot to put those right in the center. I'm going to use 2 glue dots so that it's extra sticky. And put that down just like that. And ta-da! So there's the original, using the silver foil paper as my center. And then here's the one I just did with the beaded pearl that are like sets of 3 and are so pretty. You get this many, I don't know, 18 of them in a jar. So these are gonna sell out quick. They are just gorgeous. Okay. All right, so thank you for watching. I hope you have an incredible day. And again, I love the simplicity of this. I know there's no sentiment, but you could add any Merry Christmas or even a winter birthday sentiment on the inside, or just a thinking of you. How beautiful would that be as just a thinking of you card? Okay. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment. I answer all of the questions or comments. I would love to hear from you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the little bell so you will receive a notification for all of my videos. And my goal, and I'm going to start early, is I'm going to try and get at least 2 videos up a month, maybe 3 if I have the ambition and the ideas for videos. That's the thing I struggle with most, is just what do I want to show you. Again, thank you for stopping by, and make sure you get your order placed by November 20th, 2020 using this stamp code. And my website again is jamieburton.stampinup.net. And don't forget about the Curvy Sentiment Special that starts on November 3rd. Thank you, and that's incredible.